American Storybook Program. The Los Angeles City Recreation and Park Department brings us another thrilling adventure from the storybook of famous Americans. Today, the storybook opens to a chapter from the life of a Californian whose invention was one of the greatest boons to the development of agriculture. He was Benjamin Holt, the man who invented the Caterpiller tractor. And now the City Recreation and Park Department brings us Laura C. Munson's tale from the American Storybook, The Caterpillar Crawled.
I'm sorry, Mr. Fowler, but I don't see how the bank can extend your loan.
But you know the land's rich.
Yes, that's why we loaned you the money. Oh, it's hard to see how a farmer can fail on land that yields 700 bushels of potatoes to the acre.
But I have failed, Mr. Taylor, and I'm not the only one. All the farmers of the San Joaquin Delta will fail if the banks won't carry us until we find some way to work the soil.
You've tried everything?
Everything.
What about those newfangled tractors?
Won't work. Too heavy. In winter, they bog down in the mud. In summer, after the plowing, the dust is too soft and too deep to hold them. We can't harvest.
What about horses?
No good at all.
That sounds hopeless. I don't see how you can expect the bank to lend money on land like that.
If you don't, the farmers will have to pull out, leave their homes, let the land go. The bank will be left with a pile of unpaid mortgages and thousands of acres of abandoned wasteland.
It will only mean sending good money after bad.
I don't think so. If you'll carry me and the ranches I send to you for this one season, I think maybe we can lick our problem.
Oh, well, what's your idea?
Loan the money, and I'll go to the Holt Manufacturing Company and put them on the job. They know this country. They've made special farm machinery for special problems all over the state. If anyone can rig up a practical outfit for the Delta, they can. And if they succeed...
Yes, Mr. Fowler?
We'll be able to pay off our mortgages, save our homes. We'll make the Delta one of the richest producing regions in the West.
Well, it's a risk, all right, but you go over and talk to the Holts. If they'll tackle it, you may have your loan.
You understand what we're up against, Mr. Holt.
Yes, you have quite a problem in the Delta. But like you, I think it can be solved.
Then you'll work on it?
I'll send my son to look over the area immediately.
Good.
Ben's pretty good at making machines and solving difficulties. If he says he'll undertake the job, we'll take it on.
You'll see what you're up against, Ben.
Loose soil, deep mud, and cracks, everything. All the problems combined.
It's the richest soil in California, perhaps in all the world. But the farmers who own it are going broke.
And it's got to be tamed. It's got to be made to produce.
Do you think you can build a machine that'll do it?
I can try. Where's the best place to run my experiments?
There isn't any best, but I can name you the worst. It's Mormon Slough and Roberts Island. If you're able to dream up a machine that'll work there, it'll work anywhere in the Delta.
Well, here's where I start dreaming.
It'll be more of a nightmare, son, than a dream.
See you back from the Delta, son. How'd your idea work out?
It didn't. Steam's no good. Not enough power. I'm going to try a gas engine this time. feet and bogged down. We're going to make a light tractor now. Here's the blueprint. Now the front wheels with 2 rims to brace. And we'll have a steel cross.
Back in the shop again, I see.
Yeah, light tractor no better than the others. Well, chalk up another failure.
You going to try again?
Yeah, big wheels this time, broad ones. If we can only...
Excuse me. I'm looking for Ben Holt.
Oh, I'm Holt.
Oh, good. I'm John Ransom from the Tribune. Editor heard you were building a tractor to work the Delta. Biggest tractor ever turned out. Editor sent me up to get the story.
There isn't any story yet, except one of failure. But, well, here's the tractor.
Oh, for gosh sakes. How wide are those wheels?
Well, the front ones are over 10 feet wide.
Well, if anything can cover ground, that ought to.
I'm hoping.
Hey, I'd like to see that thing in action. Where are you going to test it?
Over at Mormon Slough.
Hey, mind if I come along? I'll bring a camera. Hey, maybe I'll get a picture that will make the history books.
Or one for the funny papers.
Camera's up. Ben, wait till I get the focus. Stand by the front wheel. Now smile. Oh, Ben, go on and give our readers a big smile. You know, successful young manufacturer solves implement problem and saves the Delta farmer.
I don't feel like smiling yet. Wait until we see if she's going to run.
Oh, of course she'll run. You rolled her up here under her own power, didn't you?
Well, that was over solid ground. This is the Delta.
With those wheels, she'll go anywhere. Climb in. I'll crank her for you.
Oh, thanks, Ransom. Watch out for the kick.
I will. Here goes. Good luck. On your way. There you go. Straight ahead. Then you've made it. You're on the Delta. Boy, she's traveling right along. Right along. Boy, she's... Hey, good grief, she's dropped. Ben! Hey, Ben! Ben, are you hurt?
No, I'm all right. But this machine, it's just another hunk of metal I've buried in the Delta. Successful young implement maker. You can take that photograph out of your camera and smash it, or I'll do it for you. The Delta's won again. Dad, I'm afraid you're going to have to tell Fowler we failed. The Delta's got me licked.
There'll be a lot of disappointed farmers up there, Ben.
I've tried every sort of engine, every sort of wheel. The only machine that will ever farm the Delta will be one that either flies or crawls. Crawls. I wonder. Hey, Dad, that old treadmill, it's still in your backyard, isn't it?
Yeah, as far as I remember, it is.
I want to use it.
Go ahead, help yourself.
A tractor and a treadmill combined. Dad, maybe I'll lick the Delta yet. Tighten this bolt and through. Now I wonder if it'll work. Nothing like trying. It's my last chance, baby. A tractor on a track. You run around Papa's backyard for me, and I'll give you a trip to the Delta. It's a promise.
Hi, Ben. Talking to yourself? Strain of invention getting too much for you?
Ransom.
Your father said I'd find you down here, working on another machine for the Delta. I'm still looking for a story.
Well, this time, maybe I've got one for you. Look.
Oh, what on earth? Ben, you've wrapped up the wheels of your tractor. What'd you put around them?
I put an old treadmill on it, bolted it on. Sort of a hunch I got.
What do you think it's going to do?
Well, we'll soon find out. Crank it up, will you?
Oh, sure will. Ready? Pull her over. Oh, for gosh sakes. Hey, she turns and bites into the ground. Where I'll be. The tracks stay on.
There. You've seen the first demonstration. What do you think of it?
Funny. Makes me think of a caterpillar. You know, lots of legs looping along.
Caterpillar. A Caterpillar tractor. Well, I hope it's a Caterpillar that can stay on top of the ground.
Going to try it out on the Delta?
Well, as soon as I can. And you can come along and bring your camera. This time, I think you'll get your story and a picture.
By George, he's plowing. Plowing the Delta. If I wasn't seen it, I wouldn't believe it.
That's quite a demonstration your son's giving us, Mr. Holt.
Yep, he's made a machine that'll work the Delta.
Couple of good crops and the bank's got its money back. A good risk, Holt Manufacturing Company.
I never saw anything like it. Look how it swings around.
You want to buy a machine like it, Mr. Fowler?
You can have my order now.
Yeah, give it to Ben. He's shut off the engine now. He's coming over to see what you think of his invention.
Well, Mr. Fowler, you like it?
Ben, that contraption of yours has saved us. I'd like to buy one of those.
That's a Caterpillar tractor, Mr.
Caterpillar.
Fowler. The Ransom of the Tribune named it for me. You see, it crawls along. Made Ransom think of a caterpillar.
Crawls like a caterpillar, huh? A caterpillar tractor. Well, Ben, bring 'em out. Let 'em crawl all over the Delta. Let 'em crawl. That's the best-looking darn caterpillar I ever saw in my life. Let 'em crawl, Ben.
And that concludes another chapter from the American Storybook, one of a series presented every Saturday afternoon at this time by your Los Angeles City Recreation and Park Department. Today we heard an incident from the life of Benjamin Holt, the California man who invented the Caterpillar tractor. The story was written for us by Laura C. Munson. In the cast were Dave LeGrant, George Sognalian, Jack Clifford, Bob Christensen, and Gene Saltzman. Sound was designed and created by Bob Smith and Norman Belkin. The Caterpillar Crawled was produced and directed by Bill Blackburn. Join us again next Saturday afternoon at 1:45 for the next in this series of American Storybook programs.
KLAC Los Angeles. Listen to the Modern Concert Hall from 2:10 till 3 o'clock.